Hi, I'm Rob Oshlack. I drive a Ford Focus RS in the Blue Hills production car racing for iRace.
Well, hello Rob, and welcome to Production Cars and the iRace series for 2012. So I guess we want to find out, what's your racing history?
Well, we've been campaigning the car now for about 12 months, and it's taken a lot of development basically to get it this far. But basically we do time attack style events and sprint type events, but this is my first foray into car-on-car racing.
So what attracted you to iRace?
Well, actually I've got a couple of friends that we race cars together, and word of mouth basically got us involved. And last year we met a guy who drives a Volvo basically, and we saw him at Bathurst, and he invited us along and told us all about it and said it was actually quite well mannered and very good fun, of which it is.
So what sort of preparation did you have to do with the car to get it here today?
Well, this one's pretty simple, because basically you open the garage door and you pack it up and drive it here with a fresh set of tyres. So I've probably got the easiest job in relation to preparing for a race. In fact, I think we left on the Friday and I started preparing it on Friday morning. So
is there any obstacles you've had to overcome to get the car on the track?
Oh, mainly because there's so few Focus RSs in Australia. No one knows how to work on them. So the UK and Europe have a lot of them. I think there's 11,000 in Europe, but there's 300 out here. So to find a tuner that could actually work on it and bring it to where it is now was quite a journey. And we thought it would take 3 or 4 weeks, and it took about 8 months. Yeah, so standard they're about 224 kilowatts at the flywheel. You can get a lot of bolt-on modifications that bring it up to a RS 500 spec straight out of England. So you pretty much just buy online and a crate arrives, and most of it is just bolt-on. The biggest issue then is how to tune it, because the mapping in England is developed in about 0 degrees with different fuels. So out of about 7 RSs we put a map on, only 1 worked well and the rest were pretty ordinary. So we went to a custom tune. Now we've got it sorted, and it's a bit of a weapon.
So what attracted you to the Focus RS initially?
Jeremy Clarkson's got a lot to answer for, I'd say. So we watched Top Gear, actually, saw an episode and thought, holy crap, that is a nice car. And then when they arrived out in Australia, because we thought they weren't going to come out, we picked one up basically. So I couldn't say we put too much thought into it, but it was certainly a car that took our interest and we wanted to buy.
So how have you adapted to driving the Focus in the iRace series this weekend?
Yeah, it's very, very different actually. So going car on car as opposed to time attack, where you have a free track to yourself, is a bit of an eye-opener, and it's certainly far more challenging than I thought it would be. So you're trying to protect the car and protect yourself and drive quickly and consistently. It's very much a learning curve, but the guys are very forthcoming with their information on that side of things, and everyone gets out of the cars after the race and has a chat as to how it goes. So, and the guys that I race regularly with also are quite interested in how we're all going. So pretty much the mates you have here make it half the fun, and we've met some really other nice guys here too.
And what skills have you learnt in the racing today?
In terms of being able to focus on where you're going, but also keeping an eye out on a whole lot of other people, both behind and in front, your concentration levels are at a completely different level.
So how have you enjoyed your first iRace weekend?
Oh yeah, we haven't quite wiped the smile off our face yet actually, so we're certainly enjoying ourselves, and there's plenty of time on the track too. So the races are 8 laps at least, so we've got a good amount of time on the track, especially with the longer track here at Morgan Park. So we're certainly not complaining about the amount of track time we've had.
And what are you hoping to achieve this weekend?
Look, this is our hobby. We're well past having to be Olympic champions or anything. So frankly, if we survive and have a good time and have a few beers at the end of the day and we feel that we've got the best out of the car, that's about the plan. Oh, and I won a race to boot yesterday, so that was a bit of a surprise. I'll just say, certainly the series is a pleasant surprise. The organisers are very relaxed. So in terms of everyone being very, very helpful and willing to lend a hand, it's a great series.